Welcome everyone. Let's start on your back and you can come to lying in a comfortable position. So I kind of like just to check in with my back first before I decide which way that's going to look. So depending on your back, if it feels a little tender, you might want to bring your knees together, feet wide in a resting pose. This is a really great way to start to release the psoas muscles to help release the very tip of your tailbone. You can almost imagine your coccyx, the very tip of it, just sort of softening towards the earth here. So I'm going to stay like this. If you would rather, you could do a nice inner thigh groin opener, hip opener in butterfly. And you can do that with or without support underneath you if you have pillows. So staying in one of those positions, or you could, of course, just be in Shavasana to start, but I'm going to bring my knees back together and my feet wide. And place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And we're just going to breathe here together. So just anchoring into the body to start. And the way I like to do that is just to imagine that as you breathe in, you're just taking a nice, easy breath into the belly. But as you breathe out, just slightly purse your lips and kind of make like a wind sound with your breath out. So in through the nose and out. So imagining that each exhale anchors you deeper into your body. And you can actually, if you're a visual person, imagine that each exhale is just drawing you deeper into a body of water. So like an anchor that is dropping to the bottom of an ocean or a lake. And just continue to breathe like this in through your nose, connecting the breath into the belly, letting it rise into the hand on your heart, and then exhale. Just settle with your exhale. So it's a way to stay with yourself, a way to stay fully present, and just notice when you do that, if there's any uncomfortable or just alive sensations that happen in your body. And if you can, just without having to change that, just be with those sensations. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Notice the weight of the back of your head as you continue to anchor here. Notice the weight of your shoulders, your back, the weight of your hips, your pelvis, your feet. Just a few more breaths. Really good. One more here. Breathe in. And exhale. That could be more of a cleansing breath out. Beautiful. Okay, and if your knees are together, just slowly walk your feet in, or if you're in butterfly, bring the knees in, bring them towards your chest. And just give yourself a little squeeze here. So take the hands just below the knees, right on your shins, and rock your body side to side. So keep staying with that idea of being in your body, anchoring into your body on each exhale. So the inhale is just nice and light and easy. And we repeat this, we stick with that repetition because it's helpful. Because the ego and the mind just wants to take over and escape and find something else to do. But really, the intelligence of your body is right here. But we just have to slow down enough just to pay attention, to open the channels of the body so that the intelligence can just work its way through so we can hear and listen. Okay, give your ankles a little circle. And just maybe even straighten out your legs for a moment and just let the legs move around. Shake them out, shake them out. Maybe even the arms, shake out the arms. Just feel the weight and the blood coming down the legs. Beautiful. Good. And then bring the knees back in. And you're going to rock up and down on your spine. If that's not comfortable, just turn on your side. But if you can, just rock it side to side. Or I mean, forward and back. And then come in to a tabletop. So hands and knees. Hands and knees. Ground into your palms. So we're going to take a couple rounds of cat-cow here just to work on some range of motion. And then eventually we're going to work on getting into the core just a little bit more. So with your hands really grounded here, knuckles root, and your toes are flat, let's just take a couple of rounds. So as you inhale, just look forward, maybe even look up with your eyes. And then exhale, round your spine, look back. Inhale again, just look forward, and maybe up. Let your ribcage drop, let your shoulders pull away from the ears, and exhale, round. So you're leading with your tailbone. Inhale again. Good, exhale, round it out. Okay, you're gonna stay with this rhythm. If you wanna add a little bit of core, sort of fire and Agni, we call it, in the belly, you can curl your toes under and just come into a little hover. So the knee is about an inch or two off the ground. Ground into the hands, and we'll do this cat-cow with the knee hover. As you inhale, it's less kind of range of motion, but more core. Exhale, round. Slightly different. Movement is very small. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Pull the belly in, pull in the pelvic floor. Again, one more time. Inhale. And exhale, stay with it. Keep the knees up if you can. And then just come into a neutral. Curl those toes. If they're not already, push back downward facing dog. Walk it out. Shake out your head. So just let your feet be about hip width apart. And then if you need more space, you can always walk your hands forward or your feet back. Allow your hips to sway here. So again, you're staying with that idea that you are anchoring into the body with your breath. Shift your weight over to the right side. And then over to the left. Good. Feel your hands rooting down. Armpits roll towards your heart center. And then come back to your neutral. Bend your knees generously. Look forward. Walk your feet up to your hands. Just slowly. Take a half lift. Inhale. Lengthen. So again, your knees can be bent as you find this halfway lift. Fingers into the shins to lengthen out of your waist. Shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath. Exhale, fold forward, stay in your fold, bend your knees, shake out your head. So we're just slow and steady, stay in your feet, just grounding down. If you can take your hands to your calf muscles and just give a little gentle pull. So grab a hold of the calves and pull them up as you hinge a little bit deeper. Okay, so your knees can stay bent here, but your belly is in. You're working on lifting up through the sitting bones. Shake out your head. Really good. Toes are soft. Okay, let that go. Bend your knees. Come into a chair pose right away. Bend into the knees right here. So the hips go back, arms reach forward. And notice how I'm kind of like just chest is moving more towards the ground. So if you wanted to stay here, this is great. You just drop the tailbone a little bit, more weight in the heels. And if you wanted to lengthen, really drop that tailbone and open up the front body. So you're squeezing your hips together, reach through your fingertips. Take just one more breath right here. Okay, bring your hands together. Stay in your chair. I want you to take all the weight into your left leg. Take the right leg, lift it up. Now you're just gonna step it back and bring it back forward. Stay in your little squat. Lift the other leg. Step it back. Bring it forward. So we're going to do this in a little bit more fluid motion. So we're going to add the little squat. Step the right foot back. Come forward. Stand up. Good. Bend the knees. Step back. Step forward. Stay in the little squat. Using your glutes, using the core. Again, bend, right foot, forward, and up. Bend the knees. left foot, forward, squat, and stand up. One more time, bend the knees, step it back, bring it forward, squatting, standing. Good, last one here, bend, step, nice and light in the upper body, bring it forward. Little balancing pose, really good. Stand up, reach your arms up, and look up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Hands plank, step back, plank position. Good, high plank here, so knees can always drop to the earth. We're gonna lower down all the way. Inhale to a cobra, lift up. Nice, so heart forward. So a little trick here is actually if you have your hands underneath your shoulders as you come up, and if you can come up high, that's great. If not, just stay low, working the legs, strong, strong legs. But if you can come up, start to bring the heels of your hands, pull them towards you a little bit as you open the heart more. Squeeze the legs, look all the way up, come all the way down. Take a little reset breath, inhale. Exhale, good, bring your feet a little bit wider and you're just gonna relax the hips, relax the legs. Take the arms up and we're just gonna flush out the heart area and the shoulders. So arms are gonna be like cactus arms. And we're just gonna do little pulses up. So you're really not using the legs. Relax the toes. You're just squeezing as you come up. So squeeze the shoulder blades as you pulse. Go halfway down, squeeze and come up. Couple more. Squeeze to add a little bit more challenge. Now I have a couch in front of me, but you can squeeze, and then as you come forward, reach the arms, bring them back, all the way up. Another way to do this is just to do shoulders, right? Arms are back. So you open the palms when you come down, and you close the palms as you go up. So it's just a little rotation of the shoulders, but it's an amazing way to open up the heart space, to clear and cleanse and irrigate the lungs and the heart. Good, one more time. And then release, come down. You can rest here, bend your knees, and just sway your hips side to side. Release the legs again. And then let's push up into a high plank. So curl the toes, push up, beautiful. Staying with the theme of a little bit of core here, you're gonna slowly drop one knee at a time. So this is optional. If not, just stay in your plank with your knees down and hold, pushing the floor away. Or if you can, squeeze the belly, lift it in and up, and just one knee at a time. Breathing here. Pull the belly towards the spine. Chest lifts forward. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Plank, down dog. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Beautiful. Take your right leg, lift it high. So let's just pause here. Ground into the hands. Belly in. So imagine that back leg, we're lifting and sort of sliding up a wall behind you. Just let it go a little bit higher. Find even length in both sides of your body. Ground really deep into the hands. Take one more breath. And you're going to step that foot through. Good. Okay, you're going to come up into a crescent lunge. So this is a high lunge position. Bend your left knee. Stay strong in that front thigh. So push into your right foot. And the knee on the left side is bent. So I want you to squeeze your left glute, really turn that left glute on. Palms come together. Okay, so your shoulders are facing forward, hips are facing forward. Take a deep breath here with the knee bent. And now you're just slowly gonna hinge. So as you hinge forward, heart moves forward, right hip peels back. Now you begin to straighten the back leg a little bit if that feels comfortable. Relax your front toes and just do a little twist over to the right. So as you twist, you're feeling that right glute kind of turning on. Shoulder blades are gonna pin together on your back. Keep peeling the right hip back a little bit. Finding a nice little air twist. We'll take one more breath. Beautiful. And then come back to center. Good. And then from here, come back up, bend your knee. Nice. In your crescent lunge again. Now take it open into a warrior two. So your heel to arch alignment right here. All right, so bend your front knee. And as you look down at yourself here, you can see that your shoulders maybe are right over your hips, so we want that. And these hip bones are moving away from each other. The right knee is just turning out to the right just slightly. Now we really find our anchor point into the back foot here and the front heel. Take your arms, float them up. Look over your front hand. You can turn your palms. And then take a reverse here, reach up. Good, so you're lifting out of the waist. Your back arm is just relaxed. And then slowly straighten your front leg. Okay, reach a little higher, maybe back, squeeze the back body. Okay, and then you're gonna come back in, bend your knee, side angle, elbow down on your thigh. Turn the body to the side. Okay, so you can sink a little lower in that right sitting bone. Peel your chest open. Nice, so you can take a bind here. You can take your arm, reach it back. If not, just keep it on your hip or over your head. So I want you to lift up out of that bottom waist. I want that bottom armpit to lift away from the thigh. You can stay right here. I like to explore a little bit more hip opening. So come onto the toes and lift your heel. That might be a little early for that. Just turn the body, good. Lifting onto the heel, you can drop your hips a little bit lower. So really strengthening into your front hip. One more breath here, inhale. Good, drop the heel if it's up. And then we're just gonna go back into a lunge. So slowly, fingertips down. Pop that back heel up. Beautiful, hands plant. See if you can step back into your plank without lifting your hips too high. So you can just sneak that right leg out. Come back into plank position. Beautiful, drop your knees. And we're just gonna do a side plank from here. So right hand will stay. You can stack your knees in a side plank. You could have a forearm down if you're working with a shoulder injury. If you're just new to the practice, just stay there. And if you wanted to, you could do, a hybrid. I like to do kind of a hybrid. You can lift that top leg, or you could try stacking your feet or scissoring the feet, one in front of the other. And then lift up with the top arm. If you're feeling adventurous and strong in your core, you can tuck the tailbone, strengthen the legs, maybe even lift the top leg. Push the floor away. One more breath. Beautiful, feet down. Come in to a plank. Good, lower down, exhale. Inhale to your back bend. Open the chest, good. Exhale, downward facing dog, push back. Shake out your head. Second side, left leg goes up. Okay, so you're finding that length, belly in. Push deep into your knuckles. Drop the right heel. As you slide your left heel up that imaginary wall behind you, just keep lengthening. Belly squeezes towards the spine. Take one more breath. And then step that foot through. Good. Crescent lunge, come up slow. Bend your right knee and rise up. Beautiful. Okay, so we're here again. Right knee bends generously. So it's almost as if that right knee were just sort of drawing right towards the floor, as if you were pushing into the floor, driving it in. Squeeze the right glute. Palms come together. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, just slowly begin to hinge. So we're in that front left glute, okay? So as you hinge forward, the left hip peels back in space, heart moves forward. Start to straighten your back leg. And then just a little turn here. So it's core, it's legs, it's breath, staying anchored in your breath here. Okay, sink into that front thigh a little bit more. Peel and open. One more breath in. Beautiful. And then we're going to come into warrior two. So I'm just going to flip around so that I am facing you this time. So warrior two, left knee is bending, so come on in. Right leg is on. And if you look down, you'll see that the front heel dissects the middle of your back arch. So that's a good indication of where your feet should be. And it's one leg's distance apart. Or if you're working with just more stability, then bring your feet closer. If you want to go a little bit wider, take the feet wider. Float the arms. Okay, shoulders right over hips, bend the knee a little deeper. So we're looking for that 90 degrees or less, right? So not past the ankle. Float the arms, float the palm, take a deep inhale here. Exhale. Okay, reverse it, reach up with the left arm, look up if it's comfortable on your neck, and just push down into the floor as you begin to straighten the leg. Take even more space in the side body. Take one more here, breathe in. Maybe even hinge back, good. And then come back in. Warrior two, side angle, elbow down. Okay, take your hand, open the chest. Soften your front toes. We always forget to do that. And then just look down, make sure the knee's right over your heel. As you open the chest a little bit, you can choose here to take a bind and lift up out of the waist. So you're lifting that armpit away from your thigh, and you can take a heel up to go a little deeper. So remember that when the heel comes up, you really have to root into the back foot. And your glute is on. Open the chest. So tailbone is slightly tucked. Take one more huge breath in. Beautiful. Exhale, drop the heel. Unwind slowly. Hands to the floor. Beautiful. You're taking your feet back into the plank, and then you're coming into your side plank. This time left hand down, maybe left knee drops. Knees can stack together. Okay. Forearm could be down. You can take that leg up, reach up, whatever works on this side. So notice how both sides are a little different. Push into the hand. You kind of look up, or on this side, my left knee doesn't let me lift the right leg. So I'm going to stay here. Take one more huge breath. Beautiful. Hands down. Beautiful. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Shake it up. Knees to the floor. Take a child's pose. Knees are going to go wide. So come down, and you can come down nice and easy here. So you might just stay on your forearms. Okay. Stay here. Or you can completely fold, palms open. And just take a little reset for your nervous system. Stay with your breath. Each exhale anchors you deeper into your body, to the support of the floor. Okay, walk your hands over to the left side as you reach the arms forward. Just take a lateral stretch here. Come back to center, other side. Slowly walk it over. Reach through your fingers. And then come back to center again. Come up into table. Just wag your tail a little bit. Find some hip circles. Let go of any tension in your neck, your jaw. Just release it. And then you're going to come back in, look forward, curl your toes, downward facing. Good. Look to your hands, walk your feet forward. Find a flat back, inhale. Exhale, deep fold. And then rise up all the way. Come all the way to standing, reach your arms up. Okay, find strong legs, squeeze the legs. As if you were holding a block between your thighs. Just going to squeeze that in. Outer hips squeeze together. Good. And then you're just going to find from here a tree pose. So A simple tree. I want you to take all the weight into your left leg and take your right foot up, either below your knee. If you can come up above the knee. Hips stay centered. And then I just like to place my hands right on my heart. Choose a spot for your gaze. And then start to steady your breath here. Slippery pants on. So you might want to squeeze that inner thigh and press your inner thigh and your foot together to help it stay. Lift the lower belly, lift the heart. Good. So a little reset here, just letting the breath get even more steady. Breathing from the heart here, just letting the breath move through you. Become a channel for this breath and then for the intelligence of your body to flow through you like that. One more breath. Okay, so slowly here, take the hands out in front of you and you're going to take that right knee and just bring it forward. Now step it back just a short distance behind you. So your feet are sort of just off the tightrope slightly. Hips face forward. And we're going to take a little fold here, short distance. So take your hands, grab your opposite elbow, or you can grab your hips, or you can take reverse prayer behind your body. So reverse prayer is when your palms touch, if they can, maybe even just fingertips touch. And from here, you're going to begin the hinge. So your left hip, right, it goes back. So whichever hip is in front, left hip back, and then pull the heart away from you here. Good. Chest moves forward with that front hip pulling back. Squeeze your hips together. Keep your arms behind you and look down at your second toe and begin to press the floor away with your front foot. So if you're happy staying here, stay with this hinge, really working on the strength and stability of your hips, your pelvis, your core. If you want to go a little bit deeper for more of a hamstring stretch, then you can start to bend your front knee, but then release the fingertips down. And now you're in a fold. So now you want to start to fold a little deeper, let your forehead drop. Good, so here dropping down and in, you start to push the floor away with your front foot. And again, if you need to bend your knee, you might try to make contact with your belly and your thigh eventually. If not, that seems totally crazy and impossible. Keep your knee bent and that's perfect. Just relax the head. And just take one more big breath here, wherever you are. Now, if you're in the folds or the halfway fold, right, you're going to just gently bend your front knee and join us here. And then slowly step your back foot to the front so that you're in a fold. Stay in your fold. And then you're just going to ragdoll back to standing. Bend your knees. Come all the way back up. Find both feet again. And you're going to come into tree on the other side. Right leg strong. Good. Left foot comes up. Working with the strength here of your standing leg. Feel the ground and then squeeze the glute as you lift the heart here. Hands together. Notice how your inner knee can be moving away from your pubic bone. How your heart can move away from your pubic bone at the same time. Just finding this length from the center of your body. Eyes are soft, gaze soft. Breath is easy right here. Take one more. Okay, slowly hands come forward. Just release them, bring your knee forward. Now step that foot back. So we're in this fold again, Parsvottanasana. Bring your hands behind you. Okay, slowly begin the hinge. So you're pulling your right hip back as you bring the chest forward. Shoulder blades down the back, eyes steady towards your second toe. Heart moving away from your sitting bones and squeeze the outer hips together. Push deep into that front foot. Lift your belly in towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor, and we'll take one more breath like this. You can stay here though. If you wanted to go deeper, bend the knee just slightly, just to release. Release the arms, fingertips down if they reach, or blocks if you have them. And then begin to straighten that front leg, just if you can. Fold forward, let your forehead come towards your shin. Pull, keep pulling the right hip back, left hip down. Shoulders somewhat relaxed here. Pull them away from your ears. Take one big breath in. Beautiful. Now slowly, wherever you are, you're going to bend your front knee and then step back in both feet together. Good. So now we're here. We're going to take your feet a little bit wider and you're going to come into a squat. So whether or not you can go into a deep yoga squat today is going to be up to your body, right? So if it feels like there's a difference between resistance and injury. So if resistance is good, feels like it's a little bit of work, but if it feels injurious, then please don't do it. You want to stay in like a little huddle like this with feet on the ground, a little bit of a knee bend. So it's a nice little strengthener, little core work. If you can go down into your squat, then certainly you're going to come down with your elbows on the inside of your knees. Now hands can come together, and I want you to press your elbows apart. And as you press your elbows apart, start to press into your elbows with your inner knees. So there's a little resistance, a little strengthening happening. So the pelvic floor will automatically kind of pull in and up as you lift the chest forward. Breathe. 3. Calm, easy breath. I know this is a lot of work. Good. 2. Belly in, pelvic floor lifts. 1 more big breath. Toes are soft, arches of your feet lift. Good. And then you're just going to fold here. Fingertips down, start to straighten out. Fold, or hinge at the waist in half. And just bend the knees a few times. Let your head shake out. Good. Beautiful. All right. And then from here, let's just have a seat on the floor. So we're going to come down into your seat. Right. And then from here, we're going to take our hip stretch seated today. So let's just start with what we call windshield wiper legs. So fingertips face forward towards your heels. And you're going to push down into the hands as you let the knees just fall side to side. So it's just a little rinsing out of the body. Not a long practice. It's better to practice just a little bit each day than to kind of do, it's better than nothing, or like once a week, once every month. No judgment whatsoever. Simply just that it's easier just to get on your mat. Even just put your mat down in your living room like I do and just do a downward dog every once in a while, you know, or a pigeon pose, whatever feels good. Okay, come back to the center and you're going to take your right leg on top. Okay, so just like this. Hands, you can bend your elbows if you need to. If this doesn't work for your shoulders, then certainly you could try doing just regular pigeon if you wanted to, if you know it. But I thought we'd do something different. So hands forward, and then you can just slowly walk the front foot in closer, or pick up your bum and bring your bum closer to your heel. So we're kind of getting a little pretzely here. Good. Lift your chest towards your front leg. Try to relax the shoulders. I have a hard time relaxing my shoulders in this pose, but if you need to, bend your elbows a little bit, little triceps action. Press through the heel, through both heels. Just breathe. You can rock your hips a few times side to side. So some of you might want to do this on your back. If it's easier for your arms and your shoulders, definitely you can do this on your back. Grabbing through like a thread the needle. Okay, and then from here, let's just slowly straighten out that leg. So your right leg is on the other side of your left leg. Okay, so we're going to do a little seated twist. Now you're going to grab a hold of the knee. You're going to lengthen out through the spine. So both sitting bones are down, drop the shoulders, and then grab a hold of the knee however you can. So maybe with your hand, your elbow on the outside, you might be able to wrap your arm around. I like wrapping my arm. And now the right hand comes behind you as you twist. Slowly, just begin to twist your body, shoulders down. Push down into the right big toe to lengthen through the crown of your head as you twist around your body. Each exhale brings you a little deeper. One more breath. Good, and then come back slowly to center. And then you're just gonna release the legs out in front. Okay, so shake out your legs a couple of times. And then we're just gonna switch sides. Feet come in, cross the left leg on top, walk the right foot in, and just walk your body forward or back, whatever. You know, bring your body in as close as you can until you feel something that might feel slightly uncomfortable. Good, so watch the shoulders. Like I'm dipping here, you want to press into the hands and just draw them back, lift your chest up. Press through the heel. Breathe. So after a while, being able to stay with your breath just becomes like self-soothing. Start to really appreciate and listen to the sound of your own breath and how it feels in your body. What does it sound like to just keep coming back to yourself over and over and over again, anchoring into your body, just with your breath. The breath is neutral. It doesn't have an agenda for us, so there's no story attached to it. It just keeps us alive, right? So the faster we can appreciate that about ourselves, the breath, and the tool, the amazing tool that it is, the better. One more breath here. Good, okay, start to straighten the right leg, left foot on top, it crosses over. Now you're gonna take a hold, so your left hand comes behind you, and then the right arm grabs a hold of your knee. So there or on the outside, maybe, if you have flexibility in your spine. Okay, so you're gonna lift up, shoulders back and down. So you're kind of just turning around yourself. The straight leg, you can press through the heel. The closer your hand is to your butt, the taller your spine might get. Just wrapping around. Drop the shoulders. Okay, one more huge breath in and out. And slowly unwind. Come back to center. Good. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Let the legs go out long. And then we're just going to come into just a gentle fold. So your feet are going to go wide. Okay? And just let them be apart. So the toes point out. It's not like, you know, the form is not super important and in this pose. And we're just going to roll down. Now, for some of us, you might need to sit on something if that feels really like your hamstrings are super tight, or bend your knees. You could do maybe a butterfly, like a wide open butterfly. This is more like a yin butterfly. So your feet are actually further from your body as you drop down. Your forehead might be in line with the arches of your feet. So as you fold, you can just round a little bit. Pull the belly in as you draw the chin toward your chest. Just let your shoulders and your upper body be broader. One more breath. Okay, using your hands, so look forward, bring your hands to the floor, and then just help yourself back up. So instead of using the back muscles, good, knees come together, you're gonna roll down onto your back, and just rest here, bring your knees toward your chest, and just do a little rock side to side. Okay, and then you're just gonna take your feet back to the ground. And then take your feet up. I want you to bring your feet wide. So your knees, you're gonna go right past, so they're on a bit of an angle. Toes point out at like 11 and 1. And then you're going to have your knees go in the direction of your toes. And then your hips, as they lift, your thighs are gonna be pressing out towards your knees as well. Unless you have a knee injury, please You could just stay in a regular bridge maybe. So we're gonna hold here and just do little pulses to squeeze and lift that inner butt. So as you come up, you're just squeezing and holding. So the tailbone tucks, belly in, pubic bone towards your face. And just pulse a few times until you feel a nice little squeeze in the bum, which helps with our core. That posterior chain muscles are so helpful. Good. Little pulses here. Keep going. Keep lifting. That tailbone tucks, the belly in. 4, 3, good. 2, if you want to keep going, you could hold it at the top. If not, just come down and just hold and squeeze. Again, tuck the tailbone, hold it here. 3, good. 2, and slowly roll back down. Ooh, bring your knees in so they can go wide and get, again, let's roll the low back a little bit. And then you're going to place the feet back on the floor and we'll take the hips over to the right side. Let your knees fall to the left and take a twist. So hand can be on the top thigh. Just open up. Deep breath all the way down into that bottom part of your rib cage. Soften the shoulders, soften your jaw. Okay, one more breath here. Bring your gaze up. Let's walk the feet and the knees back up. Okay, reset in the center and then just place your hips over to the left, knees to the right, and take the twist. Arms out. Letting go of any breath hold that you've had. So just freewheeling with your breath into the nose, out to the mouth. Make as much sound as you need. So anything, any tension that's left in your body, is a great way to release that is through sound or just movement of your jaw. Let it come up through the throat and out of your mouth. Last big breath. In and out. Okay, eyes back up and then just slowly, gently bring your feet back up. Take a moment and just feel back into that first pose you started with. So mine was resting pose. Hands on the body. If you did butterfly, do that, or Shavasana. Just take a moment just to appreciate, notice, bring into your awareness your body, the way it feels now, the way your breath moves now. If you feel more anchored in your body. Relax the tailbone, relax the muscles. And now imagining that you are a body of water and that in the center of your heart, you just feel like as if each breath we're sending waves from the center of your heart out through your whole body. Just like when you throw a pebble in the center of a pond. So just ripples of relaxation that move through the body, from the center of your body, out into your arms, your legs, slowly transitioning from here into Shavasana, to letting the body get heavy. Just imagine each breath in and out is a way to send more relaxation through the whole body. The muscles, the bones, the organs in your body. Beautiful. And staying here with this as long as you need, just letting the breath go now. Very gentle, quiet breath in and out through your mouth. And stay with this, please, as long as you need. I'm just going to get out of the pose of Shavasana, but at least 5 to 10 minutes if you can. So stay with that and I just want to say thank you for joining me. It's my pleasure and privilege always. So stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to yourself. Namaste.